Okay, let's dive right into this explainer. Today, we're looking past the folklore and examining the hard science behind the world's most widely consumed fruit. Yep, we're talking about the humble apple.
Does an apple a day really keep the doctor away? It's an adage we've literally all heard since childhood. But to find out the truth, we are going to take a system by system tour of the human body to see exactly how this everyday fruit works its magic on a microscopic level.
So here is our roadmap. We'll briefly cover peel power and phytochemicals, heart and weight benefits, lung and brain protection, gut health, and then wrap up with our final takeaway. Section 1. Peel power. Phytochemicals explained. So what are phytochemicals? Well, they're basically non-nutrient plant compounds, things like flavonoids and polyphenols, that protect your body against oxidative stress and chronic disease. Now, while apples certainly contain some vitamins, it's actually these plant compounds that are the true heavy-lifting source of the fruit's immense protective benefits. And this is where it gets super interesting. When you compare an apple's peel to its flesh, the difference is just staggering. The peel contains half of the fruit's total fiber and the vast majority of its polyphenols, including this incredibly powerful antioxidant called quercetin. The flesh inside, it has significantly lower concentrations. So, the absolute crucial point here is that if you peel your apple before eating it, you are literally throwing away half the fiber and almost all the antioxidants. Keeping the skin on is absolutely non-negotiable. Also, your choices in the grocery store actually matter. As you can see, varieties like Fuji and Red Delicious pack the strongest phytochemical punch. Golden Delicious kind of sits in the middle, while varieties like Empire rank much lower in phenolic and flavonoid content. So if you want maximum benefits, definitely reach for those dark red and Fuji varieties. Section 2. Heart, weight, and blood sugar. Get this. A massive survey known as the Women's Health Study tracked nearly 40,000 women and found something incredible. They saw a 13 to 22% decrease in cardiovascular disease risk for those who ate apples regularly. I mean, that is a staggering reduction in heart disease risk from just a simple, everyday dietary addition. But hey, it's not just about your heart. Apples play a massive role in your metabolic health, mostly because their high water content and soluble fiber really promote fullness. Eating whole apples actually delays gastric emptying, which is just a fancy way of saying it slows down the rate your stomach empties. Plus, a high intake of that peel-bound antioxidant we just talked about, quercetin, is heavily linked to a decreased risk of type 2 diabetes. So by eating whole apples, you are literally putting the brakes on your digestion, which keeps you fuller longer, helps manage your blood sugar, and might even exert some powerful anti-obesity effects. Section 3. Lung and brain protection. Let's talk more about quercetin. Think of this antioxidant, which again is found abundantly right there in the apple's peel, as rust-proofing for your brain and lungs. It acts as a shield, protecting your neurological and respiratory systems from the daily wear and tear of oxidative stress. It is literally preventing cellular damage. In fact, there was this 24-year Finnish study of 10,000 people, and it found that apples were the only specific foods inversely related to lung cancer risk. This incredible finding highlights that apples actually outperform many other fruits and vegetables when it comes to defending your respiratory system against cancer. And that's particularly true in non-smokers and younger demographics. But it goes way beyond cancer prevention. Apple intake is also strongly associated with a decreased risk of asthma. It reduces bronchial hypersensitivity, regulates your immune system, and lowers whole body inflammation. It's even positively correlated with increased forced expiratory volume. Basically, that's just a scientific way of measuring your lung capacity. Consuming at least 2 apples a week is strongly linked to clearer airways and honestly, just breathing easier overall. Section 4. Gut health and cellular defense. Now let's look at pectin. Pectin is a type of soluble fiber found in apples, and it goes on this incredible journey through your body. First, it completely resists digestion in your upper gastrointestinal tract. Then, it reaches your colon completely intact. Once it's there, it acts as a prebiotic fertilizer to feed the beneficial bacteria in your gut. By acting as this specialized fertilizer, pectin beneficially alters your entire microbiome, optimizing the ratio of good bacteria for your long-term health. It's like superfood for your gut. Okay, this next part is wild. While a single apple provides the antioxidant equivalent of 1,500 milligrams of vitamin C, the vitamin C itself is only responsible for 0.4% of that activity. You heard that right. A massive 99.6% of that cancer-fighting antioxidant power actually comes from the phytochemicals and flavonoids we've been talking about.
And that power is highly measurable. When researchers look at cellular defense against cancer in a lab setting, they found that the unique combination of these apple extracts drastically inhibits the ability of liver and colon cancer cells to multiply. It even decreases lipid and DNA oxidation in the blood. The science shows these compounds actively prevent cancerous cells from proliferating in vitro, meaning right there in the petri dish. I mean, that is serious microscopic cellular defense at work.
Section 5. The final takeaway. So, what does this all mean for us? Well, the cheapest, most accessible fruit in your local supermarket might just be the ultimate medical marvel. The science clearly proves it. Simply by leaving the skin on a humble, everyday apple, you are unlocking a profound systemic health upgrade that truly can keep the doctor away. We're talking benefits from your heart to your lungs, your brain to your gut. So I want to leave you with this final provocative thought to consider today. What small daily habit can you replace with an apple?